Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Bronze Reaper podcast. I'm your host, Rosalind Perkins, and today we got a great show, a unique show. It's flat blackness over, and this is what I mean by flat blackness. Is we all black over, you know, and this is what I mean by flat blackness. The reason why I said that, I know everybody have seen the video with I think Tucker Carson, I think, and what's the other dude? I forgot the other guy's name. Who's going against Byron Donalds? And what happened was he has been saying what we all have been saying for months, maybe even years. It is very insulting when somebody from another nationality, talk for us. And definitely not what we mean when when we do say stuff. How you doing, Lala? Salute, salute. Um Me, I always thought it was offensive. I'm not even gonna lie. I always thought it was offensive. I didn't like it. Um and it's not my cup of tea. It has never been my cup of tea, you know? What's going on, Robin? Salute, salute, man. But I disagree with that. Race is not important. Um, I'll answer your question in 1 second. Just give me a second. Everybody, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment in the live chat, and also subscribe. Because if you don't subscribe, you won't be able to be in the live chat. And one thing I will ask you to do is share it to your platform, share it to your friends, family, whatnot. You know, and I will appreciate that definitely. And also, if you want to donate to the podcast or to the system, as I call it. If you want to donate to the system, give me 1 second and I'll put up the hold on 1 second. And I'll put it in the live chat for y'all. So all you have to do is click it. Let me see. Do I got it? All right, there we go. And I'm gonna do this. Mm, just give me a second, everybody. I'm technically not even finished doing what I was doing yet. But as long as I got my cup of coffee, I'm fine. I had to go get a cup of coffee today. I actually have to buy more coffee. Um, I do get paid tomorrow, you know. I was telling one of my clients, I'm thinking next year I'm gonna find a different job. I want to do something different. Even if I have to start from the bottom, I want to do something different. You know. Oh, a second. Let me try that again. The hell? Okay, there we go. Um, I think I do want to do something different. Also, I put Streamlabs up there. I put Cash App, and I did put Venmo. The Streamlabs is to my PayPal. I don't know if I should say PayPal. That's where it goes to. Um, because I got to get this super chat in place. So, definitely. Give me a second. I'm gonna ask y'all this question. Do you think? Hmm. Do y'all think flat blackness is over? I did put a poll up, seeing if y'all want to jump into that poll and see, see if what do y'all think? You know, um, I personally think it's over, and this is I'm gonna be personally honest. The reason why I think it's over is because we have tried it. We have tried. We are all black, but nobody didn't want to technically fuck with it. We were all by ourselves. We was the only ones fighting for. And this is just how I feel. I feel like Black Americans was the only one fighting for we are all black. Black Americans were the ones that were, try to, do the kumbaya thing, and I don't blame anybody for it. I definitely, and I'm gonna say this, I don't blame I don't blame y'all immigrants for that. And the reason why, and I'm gonna just hear me out when I do say this. The reason why I don't blame y'all is because y'all made a choice, and your choice is your choice, man. I don't see nothing wrong with, like, having your own ethnicity. I have never had a problem with that, and this is why, I'm on the other side saying, like, yo, you know what? Why are and this is where situations get funny, because I was like, okay, just because I believe in, no non flat blackness, or or I believe in, you know what? Let me explain it. Let me be honest. Let me start over. I don't believe in. I do believe in that. Like, everybody is African. Everybody has some type of African descent. But we are not African. But Black Americans is far from Africa. Like, ethnically wise, we are far from Africa. We are our own ethnic group. And there's nothing wrong with that. And the thing about it, y'all have to stop being scared of um being different. We are a different ethnic group. We try to make this work, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work with us. So at the end of the day, we have to try something different. We can't keep on beating a dead horse. If y'all building something in Africa, yo, best of luck to you. We ain't gonna, like, oh, yo, we hope you don't, create anything. No, my nigga, we're gonna be like, yo, good luck to you, man. We hope the best for you. You know, we ain't gonna hate on you. Like, I let me tell y'all something. I don't see nothing wrong with y'all doing y'all own thing in Africa. We're not gonna come up there as like, oh, yo, we're gonna take all. No, nigga, you do your thing, man. You do your thing. I agree with that. And I'm gonna say this. Shout out to Lala. The longer we stay quiet, the Trump rolls back TPS for different black countries. Facts. I agree with that one right there. And I think this is why, and I think this is what Democrats are scared of. They're scared of Republicans talking about this. Republicans agreeing with foundational black Americans. It doesn't make us coons or anything. It's just like, yo, this is something that we agree with. We have a unique ethnic group. We have a unique culture, story, and I don't see nothing wrong with that. Um, Let me read Shabaka. Shabaka said a lot. Trump's Tucker Carlson is doing the same thing Tariq is doing. Turn the liberation struggle into white man's validation. When did we start listening to? How are we listening? How are we listening to them when they're talking about us? You know, when we start listening to those who only want to use and exploit black people. Well, I'm gonna say this: we're not listening to nobody. We're just saying facts that we already knew. And if you're going to talk about exploitation, what about Africa? Africa been exploiting black Americans for years to come to this country. The black diasporas as a whole been exploiting black America. This is why, and I'm going to say this, I'm going to give you an example. One thing we always talk about on this show is hip hop. Y'all try to make it African, y'all try to make it Caribbean, y'all try to make it Latino. It's everything except black Americans who created it. That's an issue. That's a big issue, you know? And at the end of the day, y'all can never give us credit for anything that we do. So at the end of the day, we're not getting validation by nobody. We've been the things that they are saying, we already have said. So at the end of the day, they're late for the from the party. As always, they're always late for the party. We can't keep on. And the thing about it, I meant, hold on a second. Boy, Tucker got them shocked. Yeah, he got them shook out here. That man got them shook out here. Where's my arch nemesis? Her world's best braider. I almost miss her. Miss telling her. Just telling me to go back. I know. I miss. What's going on, world best braider? If you hear this, we do miss you here. So don't hope all is well. So SP misses you too. So, but yeah, it's. I think. I think. I'm gonna say this. I believe people are starting to understand that what Black Americans are saying is true. And at the end of the day, y'all gonna have to pick a side. That's the thing. What's gonna happen as immigrants, as white people, as Latinos, y'all are gonna have to pick a side. As liberal, as conservatives, as Republicans, as Democrats, as black, as white, y'all are gonna have to pick a side. Y'all gonna have to pick a side, man, because at the end of the day, this flat blackness is over. It has been over for a very long time. This is why when I showed y'all this video, as an American, as I think you was trying to say, we started together. Robin, why do you always do this to me? Robin, I will tell you this. And you might not like what I said, but I will have to tell you this. When y'all try to build it, when y'all try to build America yourself, you couldn't do it. Cause y'all didn't have the skills with. Y'all didn't have the skills. Black Americans already had the skills. We already had the skills when we were over here. We were already over here technically. Over here, but yeah, y'all couldn't do it. Y'all couldn't do it in England. Y'all couldn't do it in Spain. Y'all couldn't do it in Greece. I'm just being personally honest. Y'all couldn't do it without African skills, without Moorish skills, without Black indigenous skills. It's just this is why now, Robin, you are finding a lot of Black inventions that the um this is why you're finding you're gonna see you're finding a lot of people who you think built stuff or created something or had patents to something, and you're finding out that they didn't build it. It was a black man or they had black help. Salute Breeze Omega. Salute. Um, yeah, yeah. This is why you're finding all of this stuff out now, and you're like, "What? He built that?" Like the light bulb. Everybody thought was what Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison, I think. who created the light bulb. It wasn't even him. It was a black man. Created toilets, lawn and chairs, fucking I think the mailbox, um, the EMS systems, or the EMT systems. It's you find out a lot of stuff, man. That the world has lied to you, and at the end of the day, it's not your fault. It's which was taught to us as yourself as well. And we're finding out everything is a lie. This is why when you have them crazy white people talk about, man, you don't believe anything, everything is a fucking lie, dude. Those type of guys, yeah, them guys is probably on some coke, but 9 out of 10, they probably seen some shit that we don't know. So shout out to those crazy white folks who be having aluminum foil on their heads, talking about they're reading my mind and stuff like that. Yeah, cause they're right about that. The stuff that we were taught, I don't think we should be believing, player. And I'm gonna say this too. Um, are you crazy? It's the foolish patriotism that still has the white man in full control and have FBA's idiots begging for white man's crumbs. The white man will never pay slaves. I'm gonna say this, Shabaka. You were saying the same shit last year, talking about, oh yeah, this shit is a fab. Now you start to see FBAs and foundational Black Americans in political spaces now, talking politically, not running without FBAs. Political things are not running without FBAs. You're starting to know foundational Black Americans is actually being known out here in the political realm. So at the end of the day, remember last year, yo, we all black. You're being divisive. This is what I was being told. I'm divisive. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm passing around misinformation. This will never this will never happen. Now look at this. You're having immigrants protest, put out petitions to try to get people who are affiliated with foundational Black Americans as a lineage or talk about it banned. This is how scared y'all are. You're trying to get people like me, even me, banned from YouTube, TikTok. You can't get us banned for Twitter, but it's just it's sad out here. Y'all looking sad out here. Y'all going out bad. And I told you, Shabaka, I was like, yo, Pan Africanism is dying. Put it this way. When Tariq Nasheed went on vacation, y'all didn't know what to do. Y'all Pan Africans was quiet. Y'all had nothing to talk about. Y'all was hurting out here. Okay, here it is. Here is what I will say. Stop blaming white folks. We built this shit and we are trying to help everyone. I will say this, Robin. I didn't blame you. I just said y'all didn't build anything. Y'all didn't really create anything. What American culture is black culture. All the great things that we have done. Because don't forget, Robin, we're probably the only race that fought violence without violence or fought violence without um no type of captivity or some crazy shit like that. Without no genocide. Black Americans haven't genocide anybody, haven't enslaved anybody, you know, haven't you know, haven't stolen anything from anybody. So and that's where I'm coming from with that. FBAs are some stupid young boys who know nothing about what what true freedom is. Hip hop don't mean shit in the real world. FBA's not going anywhere. The white man won't let them. I will say this. The white the white race is actually dying off, and it's sadly to say, yeah, y'all niggas are dying off, man. And the thing is, y'all not having enough babies. I think to let the white race to survive, I think y'all will have to have 6 babies at least. Not 3, not 4, but 6 collectively. Collectively, as family wise, y'all should have like around 6 babies. That's all. What's going on, Black Snow Snow Bunny King over here? Black Snow Bunny King. No one is scared of delineation. However, hate speech is not tolerated as per YouTube guideline. Okay, but where is hate speech coming from? This isn't hate speech. And this is the thing, Black King. You are nervous. You are nervous. First of all, you're Jamaican. As I was noticing, and the thing about it, I had to look it up myself. A lot of things that they were saying black people were doing, a lot of crime, like the crime and stuff, that shit went down, especially in Boston, collectively. And I did not know Tariq Nasheed was right about that. In Boston, there was only just about like 30 murders with black people. Um, Chicago went down. Detroit used to be a fucking war zone. I heard that shit went down. New York, black people went down, and it's the thing because the flat blackness was fucking everybody up because you're putting everybody in one group. So now, and I'm gonna say this too, Black King, Black Snow Bunny King, you're gonna start to see a lot of your culture hold a lot of this madness that has actually happened. You know, because they say the thing about it, they said crime hasn't been low in Boston ever since 1950. Tariq Nasheed said 55 or 53. I think it was 57. You know, so delineate delusions, grandeur, Pan Africanism is never going away. Pan Africanism lived in your mind rent free. You're using my words, but not Pan Africanism is dying, and you know what? We're gonna make content out of it. I will say that we're gonna kick in the backs of Pan Africanism. We have to. We have to, Black King, and the reason why I said we have to because at the end of the day, yeah, nonviolence protest salute. No, I would say this. No, there were violence. Yes, there was violence. That shit is political. I thought with Martin Luther King, to me, I thought that was more political than social. Um, and that's just how I feel about that. But yeah, Black Snow Bunny King. I don't think immigrants are protesting right now. I would say this. And we'll start in like 20 minutes. Like we'll start the show like watching videos and stuff in 20 minutes. Um, I want to say this. And this is for you, Black Snow Bunny King. Pan African is dead, man. That shit is not coming back. I wish it the best in a grave, but I think, and I'm gonna be personally honest, I think they started this flat blackness. And I get it. I understand why they did it. They did it because they think, okay, yo, you know what? We can support Africa and all the black diaspora. But if you're not really putting a blueprint together for these people, and you expect black Americans just to dumb out for you like we have been doing for the last 60, 70 years, then you're fucking crazy. Niggas got phones these days. Niggas got information. If I want information, I can get it off my phone. There is no us, and that's the thing. I will say this. I will say this, Black Snow Bunny King. There is no us no more. There hasn't been us ever since we've been fucking fools in thinking that there were us. You know, and at the end of the day, it's shame on my aunties and uncles, because at the end of the day, they should have never had y'all raggedy niggas come over here in the first place. I'm gonna be personally honest. Yes, some. I agree with that. That's cool, but I feel as a black American, I don't think they should have even been over here. You know, especially not without no check. You know, you're not checking these people. You're not figuring out where these people came from and the whole nine yards. You know that this is. I want to say this. That's very dangerous. I'm gonna be personally honest. I think it's very, very dangerous. Hold on, new record for views, 5,000. Nice. Um, yeah, I think it's very dangerous. I think, and this is just me. This isn't nobody else talking. This is just me. I think it's very dangerous. I think pushing this type of narrative out and saying that, this can work is dangerous if you never talk to these people in Africa. You know, I understand if you was talking to these people in Africa and saying like, "Oh, yo, we could stand 10 toes down. We could have a unity." But at the end of the day, if these people are not having unity within their own people, or not even trying to fix their country, they got bigger problems than helping Black Americans. And I'm just gonna be personally honest. They got bigger problems. Hold on, give me a second. Let me see how that looks. No, let's put the big boy on. Yeah, they're gonna have bigger problems than us, and I always tell people I understand why they're the way they are. You know, their country's a piece of shit. White people are the only ones that they know that they think can help them, even though Black Americans been helping them since the '60s. You know, but it's because like we can all agree they did not want the Jamaicans over here. They did not want the hate, especially the Haitians. They didn't want Africans over here. They didn't even want y'all Latinos over here. We were the only ones that fought for y'all to come over here. The lilac didn't help y'all come over here. Lilac was only for certain Latinos. Only certain. I'm gonna say it again. Certain Latinos. So that's why I say, yo, this flat black, this was it, the flat blackness. It had to die, man. It had to go out that way, man. And hold on, I don't think immigrants are protesting right now. LOL. Anyone with half a brain knows to stay low. it's citizens who are protesting. Stop spreading misinformation. Oh, SP, I've been told you that. I've been told you that. I say, yo, the Latin y'all are gonna have a very, very hard time because the people who are protesting for you, and I'm talking about these liberals who are protesting for you, don't know how to protest. They think all I gotta do is go out here and disrupt. No, you gotta run up into these political realms, disrupt that, talk about, you have to get busy. Sometimes it's gonna be war. Sometimes there's gonna be a fight. Let me ask you a question, SP. If you see one of your brethrens being locked up by ICE, what are you gonna do? This is just a question just to see where you are. where you are at. What are you gonna do? I can tell you what black people do. I can tell you the history of black people doing certain things. You know, I'll answer that question for you. The question is you're supposed to fight. People are gonna die. People are gonna get fucking roughed up. But this what comes with a revolution. Revolution, you don't prepare to live properly. You're prepared to die. This is what revolution is. People dies in revolution. Think of every revolution you know of. Who didn't die? Every person who's in a revolution, they are known. People know them. It could be biblically, it could be socially, it could be consciously, it could be culturally. People die. And my friend, your people are not ready to die. They just started living. I'm telling you, they just started living. It's still safer to walk wartime. Black King, have you ever been to Chicago? Let's see. Shouldn't y'all be raising money for Umar's return? Yeah. Black King ain't got no money. Black King, he ain't got no money. Brown people trying to blame the diaspora for FBA crimes for like bronze and the FBA's trying to make the black man who stabbed the Ukrainian on the hood. No, I just said hold on. I did not say that. I said we got to figure out who he is. You know, but that was a black man who had problems. The fuck? What, you don't think that's you don't let me ask you a question, Black King. You don't think that shit happens in you don't think that shit happens like you just have a crazy ass demented black American? Yeah, we have demented people in our culture. But at the end of the day, we're not trying to pick up your bullshit and say, yeah, that was a black man under flat blackness. No, absolutely not. We're not gonna do that. FBA has us looking like total fucking idiots. The world is laughing. No, but the world can't laugh at us. You know why? Shabaka, the thing is, the world can't laugh at us, especially the black diaspora, because the most successful culture in the black diaspora is black Americans. It's not the Africans, it's not the Caribbeans. Y'all have to come under black cloak to be something. So that's saying something. Shabaka SBA has their own cult members looking like idiots. We saying educated black American. You're not black, Black King, you're not black, you're Jamaican. Yeah, Black Snow Bunny King is a Jamaican. He's a Brian Donalds. That's what you are. You're a Brian Donalds. You ain't nothing more, nothing less. And I know you are. And I'll say this. I know you, Black Snow Bunny King, you are getting paid. I know you are getting paid. Again, I'm gonna say this. I know you are getting paid. Now, Black King, what do I mean by that when I say that? I know you are getting paid. What do I mean? FBA is the new alt right. Same talking points, and every time sad how you took up the mantle of the white supremacists. I would say this, SP. because I know you're a little demented. We have it. White supremacists don't fuck with us. We've been kicking them niggas' backs in for the last 2 years. Unlike your people, let me ask you a question, SP. Since you're Mexican, when you go to jail, what side are you on? Watch this, everybody. When you go to jail, SP, what side are you on? Ah, 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 ah. He ain't gonna answer that question. He ain't crazy. Ask SP. When he goes to jail, what side is he on? Remember Shabaka, we sent from the Black Identity Extremist Code. No. But at the end of the day, let me ask you a question. Black King, do you support Black Panthers? Do you support Black Panthers? Or the Black Liberation Army? Those were black extremists. Those were black extremists. So now I'm going to say if you don't support them, you don't support Black America. You don't support the Black diaspora because those were Black Americans that were getting busy. And this was before Black Panther Party. No, you just went to the nice parts of Africa. Okay, congratulations. We already been said that there are nice parts of Africa. But we ain't gonna act like in Africa niggas don't be shitting in water and washing their pussy with alligator water. Like, come on, we're not gonna sit here and act like that shit doesn't happen. You know? I can't help but feel the individual like Tariq Black Elf are agents of the white supremacy. Nah, they can't because at the end of the day, this is y'all problem. Y'all wasn't saying anything when Black Americans was trying to have a coalition. All y'all niggas when Black Americans used to say we're African, you said no, we're African. We're more African than you. And there are other people from other countries that be like, no, I'm more African than you. Such as the Cape Verdeans. The Cape Verdeans say, yo, I'm more African than y'all all the time than you Black Americans. Okay, you can have it. You could be out here wearing them fucking dashikis. I'm not wearing no more dashikis out here, man. I absolutely and technically that's Indian wear. Y'all wearing Indian clothes and shit, man. I'm gonna be personally honest. I think Bronze has something against Jamaicans. LOF. No, I don't. I think his girl went down to Jamaica. Nah, my girl don't do shit like that. She would never go to Jamaica. It'll be dope. We could go to Jamaica together. I've been to Jamaica. Jamaica's all right. Y'all got some beautiful women over there. I will say that. Y'all have an ethnogenesis over there too. A lot of y'all niggas is not African. Enough of y'all niggas is not African. I'm gonna be personally honest. a enough of y'all are not African. I'm gonna be personally honest with you, Black Snow Bunny King. You know, so you might have to go get that checked out. You know, I feel sorry for dumbass FBA's. The pressure's on. Okay, congratulations, Shabak. This guy's so fucking stupid. um, let's see what's going on, Big Remy. Uh, I'm still trying to figure out why they are protesting for illegal immigrations not to be deported. Someone please explain. It's probably more political votes. That means the thing about it, if they could vote illegally here, they could have anybody vote. And this is the plan of a Democrat. You know, Black King, ex Black Snowbunny King. Black Snowbunny King is a Democrat agent, actually. Black Snowbunny King. Tell us about why should we fight for immigration? And plus he's Jamaican. So he thinks I got problems with Jamaicans. I have problems with you, Black King. That's all. Cause I got problems with Black King. I got problems with y'all crack me up. Let me ask you something, Black Snow Bunny King. Jamaicans have their own land in Ethiopia. Yeah, but the thing about it, how did y'all get that land? I could tell you how you got that land in Ethiopia. There was a military guy in America. He fought for Ethiopia when they fought against, I think, Italy. And he taught them niggas how to fly planes and how to do a lot of stuff. There were black people helping Ethiopia fight for their land. And what the president did, they gave black Americans land, and what the Jamaicans did, they ran to Ethiopia and took that land, acting like they did something. And this is the effect of flat blackness. You have Jamaicans that ran to Ethiopia that didn't help, that didn't give a fuck about Ethiopia and took land. That's how your people got that land, Black King. By thievery. Y'all are thieves. The Rastafarian is a thief. And you know I'm telling the truth. Watch this, Black King. Black Snowbody King. Am I telling the truth? That's how it happened, right? That's how it happened? He know I'm telling the truth. He goes, no, you lying. What they do with bras tear down the war. No, we burn down we burn down communities. That's what we do. If shit goes left. They don't. Hmm. So what been happening? It's bigger than immigration. The VP is talking about sending the gospel door to door. Yeah, let them do it. Let them do it. I don't give a fuck. It is safer to walk around. That's not necessarily true, Black Snow Bunny King. Shabaka is definitely Italian. Yeah, he is. He is. He's from Benin. Well, okay, okay, yeah. All right. I'm just reading all y'all lives. You know nothing about revolution. Revolution is to live and change the conditions of their people. FBAs must read, study, and learn. Let me ask you a question. What has Pan Africans have done for a revolution? I'll give you time. What revolution that they started? What, Kwanzaa? An African study in college? What? Panhandling? Scamming? That's your culture, Shabaka. That's Pan African culture right there. Hustling black people, stealing poor black people's money to support their kente cloth habits, their kufi hats. That's all y'all niggas do, my nigga. The fuck? Guys literally raiding an American house. They had no one. They should concern. No, why should I be concerned? I got guns in my house. They could pop off all they want to, yeah, but we gonna be some dead motherfuckers up in this house. We gonna be some dead motherfuckers up in this house. They think it's right, and the thing about it, they better when they do some shit like that, they better background check that house that they going into. When they see my name on there, oh, this nigga got guns, so we better play it safely. We be some dead motherfuckers up in here. Black American culture are owned by Jews and whites. You don't, what the fuck are you talking about, Black King? You ain't just saying anything now. It takes immigrants and racists to hold us FBA's black. Yeah. Can't hold us back now, man, because they turn it against each other. Remember when I was telling y'all? I was like, yo, niggas was mad because black Americans stepped back and didn't want to help. I told y'all that. And I said, yo, that's going to be a problem for them because at the end of the day, they don't know how to fight by themselves. You had Shabaka, you had Kwame, you had SB saying, yo, we can do this. This will be done by like this. We don't have no problem. Nigga, it's 2026 right now. Y'all niggas is still crying over the same thing from last year. They're raiding us. Y'all still saying the same shit from last year. There's no progress. It's so let me tell you something. It's so bad that the it's so bad that the like white liberals, the ones that got guns, the ones that are riders, they have to help y'all. They have to help y'all. And you know them niggas got the they got the white savior complex problem. Please, white men, help me. Help me, white men. Help me, white men. I'm just being personally honest. And you know those niggas get busy. They've been killing conservatives for the last 2 to 3 years. You know, so yeah, they've been popping them niggas tops back, man. It just it's a wrap, man. Black Panthers are a positive organizations. They are not. They were considered a domestic terrorist group. Those niggas got busy. Those niggas is the only ones that ran up in the city hall with shotguns. And the black man and the white was it the white officer? Yo, you cannot be in here with that. He said, "Yo, that's my Second Amendment to bear arms." That's what he was saying. They were policing their own people. They were technically shooting at these niggas. They were technically shooting at these niggas. Why you think the police had to put why you think we have to get permits to have handguns now? It's because of the Black Panthers. The Black Panthers was out here getting busy. You have you look. I'll watch it, but that's fucked up to say. He on perk 30s. Jesus Christ. As a Jamaican, what you know about perk 30s? I mean, yeah, you partying with them white teenagers, them white college kids, man, messing around with them perk 30s. All right. Let's see. So far, ICE unalive several Hispanics. The woman from the other day, keep her. It's a part of a revolution, man. It's a part of a revolution. And that I'm gonna be personally honest. Keith Porter, he don't kind of look black, but you know he's black. I guess he don't look black, but he might be technically he might be black. Who knows, man? I don't know, man. We got to see where he's from, man. Last time we helped these people who we thought was black, it was a fucking Caribbean, and he was getting beat up and disrespected by some racist white people, getting beat up with trash cans and stuff like that. And he said, "I forgive them. I don't want none of them to go to jail." What a bitch ass nigga. This is why I say I do not defend no Caribbean. They'll make you look stupid out here. Nigga got beat up, spit on by white people, got beat with trash cans, got called a nigger, all everything. You know, Jamaican love and praise Africa. Africa. No, do you want to start that? Is that what you're going by? Black King, I'm gonna ask you a question. Is what you're going by? You love and praise Africa, right? That's what you're saying, or is that what Jamaica's saying? Are you vouching that that's how Jamaicans feel about Africa? I just want to know. That's all. I just want to know. You know, Jamaica went. Thank you, thank you, Big Remy. This nigga don't know. This nigga bro just made up that shit. No, really, that's what happened. There was a guy. He was a black American. He was in the military, and I don't think he. And the thing about it, I think they he was in hot waters because he was helping the Ethiopians. He helped Ethiopians beat Italy. Yes. Look it up, man. That shit is true, man. That man was a black American that was helping them niggas fly planes and everything, teaching them guerrilla warfare and everything. The Panthers are the reason why open carry was outlawed in California. Yeah, niggas ran up at speed. Them niggas ran up at the city hall with guns. Yeah, talk about I got the right to bear arms. Yeah, but you know what that means, right? If they make the law and they made the law, but white people are now complaining about it. They complaining about it. You know, if we have racist Latinos, whites, Africans, Asians, Caribbeans, East Indians, and we fight against us, and we are still going. Facts. None of them. You gotta understand. Also, Big Remy. None of them accept us. We'll never be accepted by them. So stop looking for acceptance. Just like with the white supremacists, they'll never accept us. Because Tucker Carlson said that doesn't mean like I'm gonna be his best friend. It's just we're just saying, yeah, we've been saying that shit for this long. Now you're starting to understand. Now you're starting to understand. Majority of Latinos are racist against FBI. Yeah, I could see that. And the thing about it is because that's their Hispanic side, man. That's their Hispanic side. That's why they're racist. Their Hispanic side always has been anti-black. So yeah, that's the problem, Reaper. Do you really want shit popping off at your at your crib? Because I got guns. I don't have that problem. Got big guns, little guns, medium sized guns. Um, but I do want to get this new. I do want to get this new rifle. I'm gonna put a scope on it though. It's nice. I've been looking it up. It's like 1,500 though. It's like 1,500, 1,600, and I think that's because it's a year old. But the way how it looks, it gets busy. I can't wait to bring that shit to the range. That shit's gonna get busy, nigga. Wait, just wait. Yo, I was thinking, this is what I was thinking. I was really thinking about making another channel. No, making another playlist for firearms. Just all firearms. Niggas get yo. Nigga, if I was down, if I was in Alabama with my family, I would be carrying around my AR and my back of my Camaro. All jokes aside, put that shit in the back of my Camaro. Let these niggas act crazy. Oh, this nigga got an AR-15. Yo, all jokes aside, let's see what this clown ass nigga Shabaka said. The liberation of 3 African countries that now so y'all ain't doing nothing. Niggas just bombed fucking Nigeria. Y'all niggas didn't do shit. I don't want to hear no bullshit of what y'all niggas is gonna do. Y'all niggas ain't gonna do shit, Shabaka. I'm gonna be personally honest. I just don't got no faith in y'all niggas. I'm gonna be personally honest. All y'all niggas in Africa is looking for a free handout right now. And cause I know, and it's not to be funny, it's just cause niggas is hard out there. It's struggling out here. Only thing you know is what the white man taught y'all in the early 1900s. You know, back before when things weren't as bad between blacks and browns. The browns used to fuck with it. Yeah, it's true. They used to fuck with us to a certain extent. But like I said, y'all was fighting for whiteness. Y'all didn't even want to be Mexican. Y'all wanted to be white. Y'all wanted the white identity. Yes. I'm being personally honest, SP. Y'all wanted the white identity. Y'all wanted to go to school with white kids. That's why I keep on telling you about that dude Felix, man. That's the guy who. This is the guy who was backing y'all. That racist Mexican guy. His name was like Felix Tijuana or some shit like that. Yeah, you know, SP. I'm not gonna lie to you, my nigga. I don't do this shit just to make Mexicans look stupid. I'm just saying that because it's true. It's out here. There's resources out here to show you that this Felipe was it Felipe Tijuana nigga was the one holding y'all niggas down, saying that y'all don't want to be Mexican. Y'all want to be identify as white. You know, numerous songs of Jamaicans showing love for Jamaica. Um, proves bronze is wrong. Um, do you mean Africans? Black Snow Bunny King. I think you mean Africa, showing love to Africa, right? Not showing love to for Jamaicas. You mean showing love for Africa? Yeah, Big Rim. That's facts. Big Rim. Why don't you include the white Ukrainian and Asians in your list? Ukrainians are white. That's why. Ukrainians are white. Asians want to identify as white. But the thing about that is that they're getting sent back too. You know, where I live at, there's a lot of like Cambodians and Latinos, and them niggas is the ice is running up on them. I told y'all like a few months ago, man, I was going to eat at this place called Jacqueline's, um, and I had to drive there too. Like, yo, it's far, but their chicken is good. It's like New York. It's like New York chicken in Boston. But I drive to this place at Jacqueline's. The chicken is like crack. I'm not even gonna lie. You know, they call it crack chicken. Cause you go boom, 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 boom. But you gotta get the chicken fresh. If you don't get it fresh, it ain't gonna taste too good. You know there's MSG in that fucking chicken. Um, I'll say this. And there was a guy eating an enchilada. Fucking ice came, yo, with a mask on and everything. Almost pulled out on him too. Oh, but when I seen the mask and I see was it HSD or some shit like that, I put my hands up. I'm like, oh shit. Nigga tackled the dude with the enchilada. Yo, the enchilada did a 360 in the air and just fell on the floor. Bow! Get on the floor. Hey, no, 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 no. I gotta go home. Gotta go home. Yo, pack him the fuck out, man. Then when they seen my car and they had the black American flag in there, he's like, oh, yo, he's black. Yeah. Like, yo, yo, what the fuck's going on? Oh, we're Ice Age. Oh, all right, my nigga, do you? Yeah, he packed him the fuck out. I guess they were looking for this nigga. Yeah, they packed him out. Okay. So I was right. It was Africa. Um, everybody has Africa songs. That's the thing. And this is the thing, Black Snow Bunny King. Nobody hates Africa. They don't have nothing to hate on. That's I don't gotta hate on Africa. Africans hate on them on their stuff more than I do. So it's just I but it's just I don't hate on it. I just joke around with them niggas. I just joke around with them niggas and they just get mad. It's just this is why I was like, we gotta delineate, man. We can't be fucking around with these people doing all this dumb shit. And we're about to start the show, so that's Shabaka. We ain't talking. Uh, those motherfuckers do not matter. Facts, they don't matter, man. It's they're dead weight, man. I'm gonna be personally honest. Y'all remember when the FBA and so showed up to the radio station? Let's see, whose FBA's got laughed out. I will say this. Black Snow Bunny King. This is the third time you spelled remember wrong. It's the extra M. Remember. Like member, you forgot another M. This is the third time you do it. And what type of education that you got that you keep on spelling remember wrong? And I'm gonna put, you know what? I don't put people on the spot like this, but you will be the first. My nigga, this is the third time you spell remember wrong. Get that shit corrected, all right? Yeah. That nigga's stupid, man. I will never need the approval of some damn. I don't need no damn approval of a third world shithole dweller. Oh shit! What you talk about? Oh shit! Trump just ended deportation protections for 2,500 Somalians. He's about to send them niggas back. That's the thing. But this is the thing. And y'all somehow, hey, Charlie Shaw, salute, salute. Y'all niggas been fucking up. Y'all Somalis been fucking up. Y'all been like, oh, we ain't black. We Somali, all this, and that. All right, my nigga. Niggas did not complain. Jamaica is the mouthpiece of Pan Africanism, unity, and African solidarity. I guess so. Even though if them niggas don't like y'all, the people of Jamaica is loved and respected by the world. Rasta of Jamaica is the black voice. No, they're not the black voice. What the fuck are you talking about? Let me ask you a question, Shabaka. Name a black name a black Jamaican leader. Name a Jamaican leader that captivated the world. That captivated the world. Only person we know is what? Bob Marley? We can't say Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey was a fucking scammer. He was a full blood scammer. Scamming the shit out of black Americans. That's why I'm glad them niggas sent you the fuck back. Well, Big Rim, I'm gonna say this. Big Remy, they have to. They have to follow the lead of us. They can't do it by themselves. Cause at the end of the day, it's just yes, they are the majority of their country, but at the end of the day, socially, they don't know how to fight these white supremacists. Don't forget, black Americans is the only ones that never gave up, never signed no fucking treaty to be disrespected. We have never, and it's this is why I tell people all the time it's cool that you have this cultural pride, but at the end of the day, don't forget who's big brother. You know, Really, what do you mean by your cities, states, and neighborhoods? My father's family came from California, Mexico, who were here when California was still Mexico. Nah, no, y'all did it. No, nuh-uh. Don't lie, SP. Now you're lying. Your family sold Mexico to the Americans. Y'all sold Mexico to the Americans for some alcohol and some weed, my nigga. There's not. Yeah, why is he doing this to me, bro? You making me look like he making me look. Charlie Shaw, this nigga's making me look ignorant. I don't know why these Mexicans be saying this shit. Like, y'all be making me look bad when I be saying shit like that. That's just who think they can make. That's not true, Shabaka. Stop lying. Let's skip a few. This is trying to deflect from the facts FBA's got laughed at. Spell remember. Black Snow Bunny King. And I don't know what you're talking about a Latino radio station. Niggas don't listen to Latino music. I'm just being personally on. The last song that anybody who was black listened to was probably Gasolina, my nigga. That was the last time somebody ever listened to some Latino music, my nigga. Like, let's personally be honest. or line it up by R. Kelly. That's it, because it had black people in it. That's why niggas was listening to it. It's not no shot. It's just yeah. FBA don't owe no one. Facts, Charlie Shaw. That's right. We don't owe this nigga nothing. Chasing zebras in Africa. I mean, all due respect, but my people were in this continent back when you're still with chasing. No, you wasn't. SB. You are Slavic. You are a Slavic Indian. So basically, yeah, instead of a $5 Indian, you're a $10 Indian. You do have some type of ownership to this land, but your land is in Asia. Hmm. That's why a lot of y'all niggas is small. Y'all are not that tall. Y'all are actually small because y'all have Slavic blood. Y'all have Asian blood. Yes. Hmm. So I will say that SP, you don't have no ownership to this land like that. Yes. Hmm. You was here before the white man, but you wasn't here for the black man. You're Slavic. That's what you. Ask me, why do you always do this to me, man? You make me so ignorant. Like, yo, I never made the claim. I never made the claim that we have anything in common. We have your community in mind, and you have your. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You are Hispanic too. So yeah, you're a conquistador. So, yo, SP, why do you always do this to yourself? Like Charlie Shaw, I'm gonna say this. I think SP likes doing this shit. Like I think SP likes being insulted when he says shit like this. I'm starting to think that. We see. Let's shout out to greatness too. What's going on, greatness? And as far as being on the land is concerned, most of us have Native American lineage, and yeah, I will say that. That's true. Right. They so fucked up the yeah, they fucked it up. Yeah, they fucked it up. Yeah. Bob Marley, Marcus Garvey organization is still did Israel and the revolution. Niggas don't know no motherfuckers. I told you, Shabaka. Yo, I already named two for you. You gave me some raggedy nigga named Dennis Brown. Shout out to you, Shabaka. SB, you're a colonizer. Who you are. The one of Bruce bastards that take it. Facts. I do agree with that, Charlie Shaw. The land was sold. The land was sold at a pew point. And under duress, the typical Mexican, they never saw it die. Angles. Well, that means you seen money, SP. You're a white Mexican, my nigga. You're a white man that is happens to be Mexican. So, yo, why does that man always do that? SP always do that. Like they tricked off. Yeah, they tricked off the money. Yeah. Yeah, with alcohol and weed. That's what y'all spent with the money, man. Y'all fucked up the bag, man. Oh, I fucked up the rear. I fucked up the bag. Now I gotta run up in this mop just to get my stacks up. Oh, we yeah, yeah. Yo, that Waka Flocka songs was about Mexicans, man. I fucked up the bad. Now I can't re up. Now I get the stats. Just now I run up in the spot just to get the stacks up. Oh my God. Them niggas is crazy. Yeah, why do y'all always do that, man? Y'all niggas is crazy, man. But yeah, we're gonna get into this show. Hold on, give me a second. Let me open up the share. Let me see. Get that off. Cause we're gonna be breaking down some shit today. Yeah, y'all niggas is crazy. Give me a second. Wrong one. The place right there. Yeah, y'all niggas fucked up the bag, man. Y'all niggas is crazy. I fucked up the re. I fucked up. Yo, I gotta listen. Yo, when I get out, I go get my son. I gotta listen to that song, man. How y'all fuck the bag up, man? Y'all talk about y'all niggas as hard workers and y'all the whole 9 yards and shit like that. And y'all fuck the bag up, man. Y'all niggas is crazy. You know, y'all niggas make me laugh, man. Um, let's see. Um, hmm. We are too deep for these dumbass. Yeah, it's. You're right about that greatness, man. Them niggas is struggling out here. These niggas are struggling for a bag out here. So we're gonna watch this video right here. This is Dane Calloway. I know some of y'all don't fuck with him, but I think his joint. Yeah, what's going on, Bomb Legacy? Yeah, fuck a tether in 2026, man. Yeah, yo, even the white supremacists is turning on them, man. You know they mad about that. They blaming that on us. You know, so but yeah, they gotta get their shit together, man. All jokes aside, y'all gotta get y'all shit together. As a land, the black in Americas are living off the land. The white man stole. Bronze just sit. I think and lie and make up shit. Sit, lie, and make up shit. It's kind of weird saying shit, lie, make up shit. No political education whatsoever. FBAs are the coons and clowns. That niggas, Shabaka's about to crash out this episode. I'm telling you. He's gonna crash out this episode, but we're gonna listen to this Dane Calloway. And everybody, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment in the live chat. But the only way you could comment in the live chat is you have to be a subscriber. Because it's subscriber only. Also, was it? Of course we lost now. Also, if you want to donate to the live chat, I will be putting out the links now. So if you wanna hold on a second. So if you want to throw some money to the progress of the Bronze Reaper podcast or the Chocolate Man podcast, be my guest, and I appreciate it. You know, and yes, we do read this stuff. We do read this stuff out loud. So definitely, hey everybody, I'm gonna ask y'all this week. Do y'all want to do Shot Friday this Friday? So definitely, I'm gonna put out a poll and see if we want to do Shots Friday, and we can get busy on that. All right, but let's get to this video. Hold on, let me change this. All right, right there.
Well, I'm Dane Calloway, and I'm back with another episode today. Rapper Trick Daddy says he no longer wants the African American label. This drove some people to disagree with the statement, but thousands agreed with him and said his statement made them respect him even more. Should people be called African Americans if they have no lineage to Africa? Most of you already know what I'm about to do, right? Let's chat about it. Leave a like on this thing before we get to it. Let's get it.
OCO, freethinkers. You're now tuned into the realest historian on the planet. The best teacher you wished you had in school. Have your pens and paper handy and get ready to take notes. It's Dane Calloway on I'm Just Here to Make You Think Radio.
Trick Daddy recently expressed his concern about the term African American. The 50-year-old rapper from Miami, Florida, took to his social media to explain why he doesn't want to be labeled as
And he's Geechee. He's Geechee too, everyone. So that's why he say he don't want the African American label. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna see if I can. All right, I actually like it this way. Yeah, this way right here. Yeah, he don't like that African label, so I understand that. You know, and this is where y'all have to respect people's wishes and stuff. So yeah, let's keep on going.
African American.
I'm trying to figure out how Afro get in front of my mother race. I ain't never been to Afro color. I never been to Afro or Africa. Never been there. I'm not from Africa. I'm born and raised in Goose, Florida. I'm born in Goose, raised in Liberty City in the Poker Bean Project. I ain't never went to Africa. Ain't thinking about going there. And I heard it's a beautiful place. Yeah. And I know it's the motherland, yes. But not my mother, not her mother, and not her mother's mother. That ain't their land. America real true land is right here in the U.S. soils.
Many so-called Black Americans are speaking up year after year about this issue of being labeled something that they are not. Here's comedian Charleston White back in July of this year.
And we are not Africans. We are not African. Are you an African, baby? I'm not no African. Nigga, you a lying motherfucker. You African, nigga.
You're a lying motherfucker. Are you African?
Not Africans. We are not African. Are you an African, baby? I'm not no African. Nigga, you a lying motherfucker. You ain't talking about we African. You African, nigga. I ain't African.
Oh my God.
My family from Africa. So you a lying motherfucker.
Thank you.
I'm talking about we African. You and anybody else talking about we African. I ain't no motherfucking African. So back to what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't know where to go in Africa. Nigga talking about we Africans. Let me go to Africa. And I'm talking about, say, man, I'm an African. He was like, no, you ain't. He's from America. He's from America. Yeah, there ain't no mother African. Yeah, I'm Texan. I'm a Texan. A Texas nigga. Ain't no mother African. And you can't make me African. Yeah, nigga, I don't look like no African. Yeah, African. Black. And African got funny features. They don't look like us. You don't see now nigga in Africa look like me. What's up, mom? I'm from Africa.
Now, we often have this discussion over at my main Dane Calloway channel here on YouTube, where I present publicly verifiable evidence that proves American history was taught to us all in reverse. I've been exposing their lies and presenting the truth to the public for a decade now. I share detailed explanations of their patterns of misinformation that I discovered as an expert in investigative research. One of the topics I expose for what it really is the term African American and how it was designed as an extreme political identifier deriving from the government and its house Negroes to separate the actual indigenous people of this landmass from their motherland, America. This is why you will hear people say that calling yourself African American is political correctness, which is defined as the conformity of prevailing liberal or radical opinion, in particular by carefully avoiding forms of expression or action that are perceived to exclude, marginalize, or insult groups of people who are socially disadvantaged or discriminated against. In other words, the term African American is their political way of being friendly to a group of people that they know have been systematically discriminated against. The issue with this African American term being called politically correct is that it does not reflect the true identity, culture, spirituality, or history of the group of people that they claim not to be marginalizing. That's not even remotely accurate. When they said that 12.5 million Africans were captured from some part of the west coast of Africa and then forcefully relocated to America and sold at auction blocks as slaves to employers looking for cheap laborers, it was a lie. The transatlantic slave trade, also known as the Middle Passage, did not happen as we were told. The anonymous writers of American history purposely leaves holes in the stories about this subject so that students and adults can make them make sense by using their imagination. My wife and I wrote a book about this called It Was Told in Reverse, The Untold Truth About the Transatlantic Slave Trade Story. That's available now on my website, DaneMakeYouThink.com. But wait, here, I'll tell you a little secret. Come here. They're afraid to tell you that they lost the wars with the indigenous people, who are the ancestors of the people they are misclassifying as African Americans today. Not to be confused with the Native Americans, those foreigners are a totally different group of people who came from another continent and were given the majority of our.
That was this man's people too. That was this man. He's Geechee, but his people came from the Seminole area. So he the nigga's from Florida. He has no immigrant in him. He's the old school black Florida people. I don't know if Charlie Shaw, is it Lala or Charlie Shaw that's from Florida? Is it Florians? I think that they call Florians. But the Florida people from Florida, the black Americans from Florida, yeah, those are the real indigenous of that land. They like them Caribbeans started coming in the 60s and the 70s. It's you're right. So it's ethnically, and this is why I say, yo, ethnically, what has the Caribbeans and the Latinos have done for Florida? You know, that's the questions that we should be asking. I don't think we should be asking who's is are they indigenous, are they a part of that land? No, we know that they're not part of that land. Like I'm gonna tell y'all this. Before my Grammy got up to Boston, she had she and my uncle, I have an uncle Billy. I think he passed away already. Uncle Billy, he lived in Jacksonville. And my Grammy, she lived there for a few years before she came to Boston. And she used to tell me it was all black people. There's all black people there. These Caribbeans just started coming up, like in the 60s and the 70s. They weren't. It wasn't that lit like that, like it is now.
Identity, history, and culture to cover up the truth for generations. This is why when you ask a so called native about their family's history, they will begin in the late 1800s, which is when they got here to America to replace the indigenous people by way of immigration.
It's Dane Calloway.
It's a battle over land, rights, and enforcing a court order.
It's been quite a journey.
The conflict centers around the Winnemucca Indian Colony. It's several acres on the south end of Winnemucca. In December.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. But I will tell you this. I do believe the South is an indigenous land before it was a colony. Yes, I do believe that. And this is why I said Seminole, because now we got to figure out how far did the Creek Indians stretch out? How far did those lands stretch out? Because then that's how you can start figuring out, like, okay, yo, are any of these people my people? Because when you talk about Florida, people forget and don't talk about John Horse. John Horse was that nigga. John Horse wasn't running under, he wasn't doing the Harriet Tubman shit. He was doing, yo, we fighting for this land. We doing guerrilla warfare down here. It was so bad that they had to pay these niggas and tell these niggas like, yo, just leave this thing. You won't be no slave, yada, yada, yada. Just go to Oklahoma. And we know white people lie. They lied, but at the end of the day, a lot of those people stayed in those lands. That's why you have Florida State Seminoles. That's why that logo looks black. It doesn't look like a red Indian. Redskins. The guy didn't look red. The guy looked like my color. Damn near could be my cousin. The fuck? But at the end of the day, Black King, we don't know if, like I said, if it. You don't gotta look like somebody for you to be somebody. What's going on, Dorsey? Salute, salute. Like Black King, you don't have to look like somebody for that person to be a family member. There's a lot of cousins that don't look like me, and they are my family. It's just that's a weird statement. That's
For
what I'm
more
gonna
than
say.
a dozen residents who live there were told they had to leave their homes where they've lived for decades.
We've got my daughter's ashes spread there. So
Elena Loya lived in the house where her mother once lived. In fact, generations of her family have been there almost a half century.
my great great grandmother, Sally Cinnabar, she died on that colony. And her mother died actually in that house I live in.
The history of this land dates back to President Woodrow Wilson. He issued an executive order in 1916 allowing federal railroad land to be used for the Winnemucca Indian Colony. It was meant for homeless Paiute and Shoshone Native Americans. In the past few years, some of the people living on the land, like Jim Ayer, have been intertwined in a legal fight to stay there.
I lived there since 1980, and I'm at least 7 to 10 generations. I could trace my ancestry back to 1894.
Okay, you heard him say that he is at least 7 to 10 generations back, which is a lie. But then he also says that he could trace his ancestry back to 1894. Now, you may recall that slavery was allegedly abolished in 1863 or 1865, right? Even the anonymous writers of American history claim that the first so-called Africans
Salute, Dorsey.
arrived in America in
Thank you, Charlie Shaw.
1619. Even though I proved that that story is incorrect for a reason, the year mentioned, 1619, predates the so-called Native Americans' 1894 year, right?
It's go
Now,
time, Slim.
suppose that doesn't make you see that the term African American.
I will say this, SP, your food is all right. You didn't create plastic surgery. Absolutely not. You didn't create anything with dentists because if you ever go to, no, we're not going to talk about that. But y'all didn't create any of that stuff, SP. You just have it. You go to Florida. Most of the Latinos have booby implants and the ass done and stuff, and the teeth and shit like that. Your food is all right. I just like the burrito with the sour cream inside of it. That's it. It's nothing to lose your mind over and stuff. There's some shit that I'll be like, oh yo, I want to try. Like y'all got some shit with some curry goat. It's decent. It's good. But it's not like yo, I want to eat that shit every day. You know. I just want to eat it like yo. It's like yo. Only time I was eating it if like this one girl was cooking for me. Like this chick I used to fuck with. She was Puerto Rican back in the days. She used to cook for me. I used to eat it because it was good and I was high half the time. But you know, and she was like 4'11", man. She was like 4'11", 4'10", man. She was short as fuck, man. But she used to cook for me and everything, man. Come home, man. Well, I was hustling at the time. I used to come to her house after. She always bought weed off of me and stuff like that, and we smoked and stuff like it. She was a good girl, man. She's a some type of registered nurse. But I always tell people all the time, those chicks who are registered nurses and stuff, those are freaks. Those are all freaks out there, man. They like to fuck, man. Like, especially when you're doing like 12 to 13 hours a day and shit like that. You just want to fuck after. You just want to get your back blown out, you know? And and I don't see there's nothing wrong with that, man. Get your go on, girl, get your back blown out, man. Cause you know what? You deserve it. You know, you work hard, man. Let that man work hard for you, man. I'm being personally honest. Let that nigga blow your back out. You know, go get you a one of those nice muscular black guys with the BBC, man. Let that nigga blow your back out. Oh yeah. No, he wasn't African. He was black. He was a black indigenous. You know, and I'm gonna even say this, Charlie Shaw. We talked about John Horse before, and SP and Kwame attacked me for it. So I think I clipped it. Did I clip it? Oh, hold on. Did I clip it? No, I clipped. No, I'll clip it. For you, Charlie Shaw, I'll clip it. But SP and Kwame attacked me about the John Horse thing. Got mad at 19 Keys, got mad at me. No, this is wrong. That's not right. That's not right. Facts. I moved to Florida because of a freaky registered nurse. Yeah, there's some freaks out there, man. The nurses, the teachers, professional women. Nigga. But I'm gonna tell y'all this. It's because I was in that world. That's how I know, man. In that world, man, I'm telling you, there's these worlds, and I always tell people all the time, people will pay for your service. You know, I can do 10 minutes because we're on the time. We're on the time. Actually, let me finish this video first. We're on the time management today. That curry goat is Barira. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's good. It's like I said, like y'all got good food, but you making it seem like it's like some like candy yams with the cabbage and the mashed potatoes and the bomb ass potato salad. You making it sound like some shit like that with some like even like I don't eat ribs, but I don't eat pork, but when I used to eat ribs with the barbecue on it, let them niggas, put that shit on the grill and cook it with the seasoning. Yeah. Who gives a fuck about broke ass corn? And SV is nobody. Yeah, you making it seem like that, SV. I was like, yeah, y'all got some good food, man, but you making it seem like it's like the creme de la creme, man. All right, well, yeah, I can give you 10 minutes. You can call. Let me just open up the floodgates. Yep, you could call. That shit was funny. I see. Yes, right. Whatever show. Anyway, that's the reason why I couldn't watch. This is. Sorry, I was just reading a message, everyone. But yo, you can call. Oh, we're gonna get right back into the show. Because we're on time management, everyone. Yeah, we're on time management. Five podcast name. Tips. Find a podcast name that it's easy to search. Let's get back into the show.
American disguises their true identity. In that case, you could detach yourself from that indoctrination
He said better
over
call
on my main
Tyrone.
Dane Calloway channel here on YouTube and be ready to be red-pilled. Then you'll understand why Donald Trump has been calling them out since 1993.
The other thing is, I'd like to know how many of these people are even Indians to begin with, because I've looked at them, and I have to tell you something, they don't look like Indians to me. And I've told a couple of them who came into my office, I said, I believe I have more Indian blood in my veins than you have, and I have none. And they laugh. They think it's a joke.
I'm just here to make you think.
Slow down. Yeah. Sub up, light up. Yeah.
Recently, I've been a part of a larger debate.
This is Dorsey's boy. This is Dorsey's boy. Oh, Shay Jackson. Dorsey's like, oh my God.
Call from
Dorsey.
Oh shit. What's up, Dorsey?
Hey, good morning to you, Bronze. How you doing?
I'm good. Yo, I say we just put your boy on. So, we put your
Okay,
Go.
Hey, I'm gonna be civilized today because I'm over here at CSUN Library doing some research.
All right, go on.
Okay, so I'm over here in the quiet room, so I got to keep it down. Okay, so first of all, Kwame ain't from America. He is from not the U.S. mainland.
Mm-hmm.
He is off an island, isolated, with no resources, nothing. You came here in order to prosper, but you ain't prospered because you broke. You can't even come up with $30. So ain't shit you got to tell me that's important to me because you're a broke ass tether. You blew your chance to come to America and make something of yourself. You didn't go ahead because if you had money, you would have had the money to pay the fees to get yourself registered as a citizen. So that means you's a broke motherfucker and you ain't got no clout. Okay. As far as SP, I don't know much about the man, but I know he ain't American. I know he wasn't born here. So for a person who comes up here, nobody give a shit about your parents, got here a generation ago and, became citizens. But you ain't put in no work as no motherfucking American. So now let's get to the real issue. Blackness, yes, is dead. Check this out. You know how a cicada, them things that be in the tree going, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It sheds its skin in order to grow, right?
Yeah.
So we shedded our skin. We went from, look how we do it. We answered to nigga when we first got free, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't say shit about it, right? Then we shedded that skin and we demanded that we be called Negro, right?
Yeah.
Then we shedded that skin of Negro. And then we decided we wanted to be called colored. That was in the 30s, NAACP, colored people, right?
Yeah.
Then we shedded that skin because we was like, nah, we ain't colored. We distinctive. We black. So now we had that skin. We carried that skin with pride. When everybody else said, nah, we ain't black. We African. We Haitian. We this. Then none of y'all want to be black. Okay? Until we showed y'all that, hey, black meant money, prosperity, education, and everything. Then all of a sudden, here it is, y'all want to come to America and get part of this blackness. Well, when we go ahead and we shared our blackness with you, you disrespected it. You made fun of it, you mocked it, you said we didn't have a culture, you said all this shit. Even though the facts remain that you dressed like us, you ate the shit we did, you tried to fit in with us, you tried every fucking thing but to work with us. Then you tried to take our identity by claiming, oh, well, the whole world's like, no, motherfucker, the whole world ain't black. Because now we figured like, oh, y'all and really finally woke up. See, they took on the black mantle when we moved past that shit.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? We moved past being black. Y'all just can't catching up to your black awareness, and you still ain't got the shit right. Here it is, you guys are free countries, and you can't get your shit together. You don't have nobody standing in your motherfucking way. You don't have a white man. You don't have to compete with 30 other nationalities in order to grab a piece of the pie.
Mm. 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 And I'm gonna even throw this in there. People did they try to hide that information about those that white man who jumped on that black man and shot him. They try to hide that dude who was jogging. They were hiding that shit for a month. Until black Americans stepped up, it's like, yo, you ain't gonna hide this shit. They started putting that shit online, starting to putting the video up, all that shit up. And they found out those people were lying. And this is how powerful black Americans is. And I have been saying this. I said, y'all not used to being in this type of atmosphere or this type of warfare. This is a different warfare to these people. They're not used to fighting white supremacy. Hmm. Hey yo, talk. Hey yo, talk. I'll be right back. All right. Okay. I go. Mm-hmm. Mm. Charlie Shaw said hi. Charlie Shaw says, "Oh, what's up? What's up, Monster McFly? Too, my fault. I just had to say what's up because he's salute, salute. What's up? Mm, mm. Nah, don't do. Man. Mm, mm, mhm, mm. Hold on, I'm gonna say this, SP too, with your culture is smaller. Y'all talk about y'all work hard. Your country should not be looking like that, my man. I'm gonna be personally honest. He's from Mexico. It should not be looking like that. Yeah, and who was the president too? The black presidents that they killed. They murked him. Yeah, Guerrero. I forgot his name. Something Guerrero. That's fucked up because he's the one who had basically they had it was like a what they were doing with the Afro Mexicans, he had to get abolished because they didn't treat Afro Mexicans the same way they treat a regular Mexican. Mm, 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 mm. Damn. Mm. What El Ray and used to go to El Ray. I like damn. Mhm. Mm. 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 Oh yeah, shout out to Mexico too. One of my friends, I'm gonna tell you a story. One of my friends wanted me to go to Mexico because they have this swinger club. So I told him, "Nah, I don't want to go to Mexico. That's too far from me. That's out of my district." He was saying like, "Yeah," he's like, "Yeah, they be having some crazy ass swinger parties." He wanted to bring me, but it's on like a tourist area. I told him no, I didn't want to go. So. Yeah, I'm. The thing about I told SP that. I told SP, I was like, yo, SP say, yo, he calls out his own people. I was like, SP, you're not the only one who's supposed to be doing it. I was like, if y'all are some stand-up people, your people should be calling out these people. Cause if you don't do it, you're guilty by association because at the end of the day, you didn't say anything. It's like being the good there's a law in Massachusetts. I don't know if they got it in California. It's called the Good Samaritan law. That means if you see something happen, you need to help them. You can't just walk away. It's called a Good Samaritan law. So if SP is seeing his people say and do this stuff, and not and all his people are doing it, and he's the only one saying that, they're gonna think, okay, you know what? This is a cultural thing. This is how they feel about us culturally. They're not gonna think, well, oh, okay, SP is a great guy, but no, they're gonna say, you know what? We have to observe these people collectively because at the end of the day, collectively, all these people are doing this. So, mhm, yeah. Was it a drug epidemic? Oh yeah, the Felix was. Hold on, is this before Lilac or this was the same time of Lilac? Because Lilac came out in the 1930s and they were spewing the white supremacy talking points. They were saying that they didn't want to be considered Mexicans; they want to be considered white. So, so I. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, yeah. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Hey, Ping One. I'm not attracted to younger women. Always been attracted to older women. I used to date cougars mostly in my dating history. So I'm not attracted. So you won't catch me on no Epstein Island. No, absolutely not. Hold on. Quick question: is Los Angeles the state or city? SP, you mean city? Los Angeles is not the state. Oh, you put in name one city or state. I can name a city that is black. He said name a city or state that is hold on. Give me a second. He said he said name a he said your country. He said name he said Naresta, Narosa, whatever that shit says in Spanish. Name one city or state with an FBA name. I'll wait. Yeah, that's one. Birmingham. Yeah, he's crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah. Hold on. Hold on one second. Hey, Black Snow Bunny King, you finally spelt it right, huh? Thank you. He spelled remember three times wrong. Yeah. We built multiple black towns. Yeah. It's like stuff like that. It's just it's SP's it's he has so much pride, but at the end of the day, he has to hide his pride. He has to hide his truth behind the pride that he has. So yeah, that is just yeah. Mm, mm, mm. Mm. Yeah, and sometimes too. Oh yeah, it used to be middle class. Yeah, it used to be middle class. Oh, also too, it's a cultural thing too. It can be a cultural thing. Like I'm a, I'm gonna give you time. Mm. What's up? Nah, I don't really date like Latinos like that. I really never dated a Latino. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That's why I always say, yo. That's why I be saying, yo, they be washing their ass, they be washing their pussy and alligator in the river and shit, man. Yeah, that's why they catching diseases and shit. So, yeah. Mm-mm. Oh shit! 3 more minutes, man. 3 more minutes. I'm gonna. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, mhm. Hold on 1 second. Rest in, Scott Adams, the creator of Dilbert, died. I hope you rest in piss. Go on. Yeah, he died. I hope you rest in piss. Rest in hell. In fire. Yeah. I forgot. I don't know. 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. Mm, mm. What's up? Yes. In Boston, there's not that many Bloods. That it's only street. It's only street gangs and shit. All that blood and Crip shit is out of Boston. Mm. Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, all that Crips and Bloods is like out of it's in like in Chelsea, Lawrence, Lowell, and it's mostly like Asian people and like Spanish. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Mm. Country corn-fed motherfucker, yeah. Sound like my cousin. He went to jail. My cousin shot 3 people. He shot 2 people and tried to kill a cop, but he ran out of bullets. So they gave him 3 life sentences plus 15 because they counted the bullets. They shot. He had a plea because he was looking at the death penalty. So they got the death penalty in Alabama. So yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Mm. Yeah, that's just crazy. Mm. Nah, he didn't. Mm. 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 Mhm. Yeah, he had to. Mhm. Yeah, that's yeah, he had to. He had to get out of there. Yeah. LA is different. Yeah. Like, I would say this, it's frowned upon. It could be like 15 people. You're supposed to fight them 15 people. That shit is crazy. It's not strategic. It's like in California, it's like it sounds like some warrior shit. Like, oh, yo, don't. Oh, see, one more minute. One more minute. Oh. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh yeah. Mm. 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 Scared. All right, I'm gonna say you got 30 seconds, but I want you to answer this question. Tell me about the flat blackness and why it's over. You got 30 seconds. Mm. Hold on one second. Ping one is Chinese. Charlie Shaw. All right, 10 more seconds. Four, three, one. Mhm. Yeah. Thank Thanks, Dorsey. I appreciate that. I'm on time. I'm on the time budget right now because I gotta leave in like 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Facts. Thanks, Dorsey. Thanks, Dorsey. I appreciate it. Salute. Yeah. We getting people out to paint. Thank you, Dorsey. I appreciate it. Shout out to Dorsey. Dorsey got busy. That man got busy. And I'm talking about this is going to be a hard topic because we're seeing what's happening right now and it's getting crazy. Now let's get to O'Shea. My fault, O'Shea. Salute to O'Shea from I think Watts. So mm. The reason why I'm quiet, Black Snow Bunny, is because I want y'all to talk. There might be a few times I do cut people off, but it's to ask a question or to add on to what you're saying. Oh, you can't hear anything? Thank you. I appreciate that. Give me 1 second. Start to share. Thank you. I appreciate it. It works now.
They're nationalists to their ethnicity, meaning they only care about their ethnicity. They don't care about their race. They care about their ethnicity. They're tribalist.
Now, in this particular case, he's not calling out Tariq Nasheed by name, but he is calling out hashtag FBAs. He argues that Black Americans, are those who consider themselves hashtag FBAs, do not care about the race of people, but instead we care about our own ethnicity. In other words, we are not concerned about what happens worldwide with blacks, but now we're only concerned with ourselves. Now, here's an issue that I have with Afro Think Tank here. There has been times where Black Americans, or at least people in America, cared a lot about the issues of Africa.
You go to Nigeria, which is, if not the most corrupt nation in Africa, and it could be the most corrupt nation in the world, Minister Farrakhan.
Oh, now, Mr. Wallace.
It is the most corrupt nation that I have ever covered. I've been there 25 years ago, and I've been there as recently as last year.
Fine.
Now, in this case, the legendary Mike Wallace is saying that Nigeria is the most corrupt nation on planet Earth. But Louis Farrakhan, who had just did the Million Man March prior to that, responds to his claims.
So what? 35 years old. That's what that nation is. Now, here's America, 226 years old. You love democracy? But there in Africa, you're trying to force these people into a system of government that you just have accepted. 30 years ago, black folk got the right to vote. You're not in any moral position to tell anybody how corrupt they are. You should be quiet. And let those of us who know our people go there and help them get out of that condition. But America should keep her mouth shut wherever there's a corrupt regime, as much hell as America has raised on the earth.
Louis Farrakhan shut Mike Wallace completely down in front of the entire nation on 60 Minutes. And so many people in Black America was rooting for Louis Farrakhan because he took the side of Nigeria. Louis Farrakhan didn't agree. He could have agreed with Mike Wallace, but he didn't. And the reason why he didn't, because in the 90s, that was the Black American stance with Africa. In the 80s, when Nelson Mandela got out of prison and basically took over the ANC, Black Americans were some of the biggest supporters of the ANC and of Nelson Mandela.
Facts.
And Nelson
That's
Mandela
true, too.
rewarded Black Americans. There's actually a documentary right here on YouTube.
Yeah. Give me a second, everyone. Nigeria, Russia, Indonesia, Canadian people, racist, paying, ain't Canadian, he's Chinese immigrant.
YouTube called Blacks Without Borders, Chasing the American Dream in South Africa, where you have Black Americans contributing a lot to the economy because our communities were closer back then. So what changed, Afro Think Tank?
The same FBA be talking about, oh, that's what they do. Because FBA is a group of African Americans that don't care about black people globally. They don't care about their race. They only care about their specific group of North American Africans that's in America. That's the only thing they care about. That's their priority.
He argues here the priority for foundational black Americans is each other and not anybody else. Technically, he's right. Those black Americans or African Americans who consider themselves #FBA, this is their priority. But from what I have shown you, that has not always been the priority. We see evidence that at a particular time, it was not this way. And I want to use Tariq Nasheed as an example. He also was not that way.
I've been all over Africa. Show me single parenthood in Africa today. You don't have a bunch of single mothers running around having babies just to be having them, or teen mothers in Africa, unless it's like a war-torn country. You don't have that. You don't have a bunch of incest going on over there in Africa. Go back into ancient Africa, especially West Africa. You didn't have dudes raping each other. You didn't have that. A lot of the stuff that we pick up, we got directly from being victimized by the white supremacists. That's a fact. Even our eating habits. Look at if you go back in history, Africans were the healthiest people on the planet.
Now, Tariq Nasheed is giving Africa props. He's talking about the things that he sees that are beneficial in Africa that he doesn't see here. And largely, there are many things that I can agree with him on, especially when it comes to the family setting. Yeah, there's a lot of things that Africa does right, to be honest. But then how did Tariq Nasheed go from that to this?
People are desperate with trying to force us to identify as an African. Now, racially, we're African people, racially. Ethnically, we are a different group. Ethnically, we're foundational black Americans.
Now, in this case, Tariq Nasheed is still arguing that he has ancestrally African DNA, but he also argues for something different.
I acknowledge my African racial inherent DNA and the connection I have with other African descended people globally. We have a connection as far as intrinsic race and biology. So I acknowledge that. No problem with that. When I travel to Africa or any other place where there are black people, I see a commonality with that. But we're also a people who have a very unique ethnic background, and that's us being foundational black Americans. That goes just beyond the skin tone.
The argument that he has is, while we are genetically the same, and when I do feel drawn to certain blacks, when I see them, we are a different ethnic group. Now, it's always been the case that we are a different ethnic group, but now there is a difference. And that difference is what you consider delineation. In the last 8 to 9 years, Tariq Nasheed has been pushing for this level of delineation from the black world. And many people have accused him of grifting. And to be honest, I could see that before. But to be honest, I'm gonna tell you why I don't think that anymore. Number one, if Tariq Nasheed wanted to be a grifter, it was much easier to do that under the umbrella of Pan-Africanism. Why not talk about the message that everybody else is talking about?
Yo, why did he put him in the on a picture? Oh shit, what the fuck are you doing? My man put him under the face with Myron Gaines and Walter Weeks. This nigga is crazy.
And then you can extend your influence to all over
What's
the
going
world.
on, board?
Board
enemies.
He could be in
Salute.
South Africa.
Shout out
he could
to
produce his films
to
here in
my
America,
back.
and he wouldn't just be
shout out to
himself
him.
to one community. So for him to push delineation, it actually hurts him monetarily, because to be in the quote unquote Pan-Africanism is actually extending his market. But what he has noticed, and he's not the only one, he's gonna argue 4 points. Number one.
I'll say this, Black King. I'm not ashamed of him talking like that, because at the end of the day, I don't think you listened to what Tariq Nasheed said. He said there are beautiful places in Africa. He's like, unless they're war-torn countries. That's what you're not getting. Tariq Nasheed has never changed his talking points. He said, unless it's war-torn country, and I believe the same thing. There are beautiful places in Africa, in the continent of Africa. But the thing we have to understand is there are war-torn places in Africa. I'm going to say it again. There are war-torn places in Africa. And we can't get mad when we say stuff like this because at the end of the day, there are a lot of war-torn places in Africa. Because if there wasn't, Africa would probably be the richest continent in the world. But there's too many war-torn countries. There's too many tribalism that goes on in Africa, and that's why Africa is the way it is. I can't get mad about that. I can't defend Africa for that, you know?
And Africanism is one-sided or unbalanced. This is largely true, okay? Even in times where I didn't want to come out and all the way say this, but it's absolutely true. Pan-Africanism does not serve the interests of Black Americans in the United States. In other words, Pan-Africanism is the monetary backbone of funding what happens in Africa. The Pan-African initiatives focus on the African continent broadly, but do not sufficiently include or benefit the diaspora in tangible ways. This is largely true and cannot be denied. And this is the issue with somebody like Afro Think Tank, who he's talking about the symptoms of the issue. Afro Think Tank describes the attitude of these Black Americans, or hashtag FBA, as to why they're feeling this way. We talk about the one-sided or unbalanced ideologies of Pan-Africanism in practice. It's hard to overcome. It is one-sided, and I'm a person that's in the Pan-African community, and I can tell you it's definitely one-sided. Now, it is getting a little bit better, but it's also costing Black Americans a lot more. And Pan-Africanism comes at a greater cost for Black Americans. For example, whenever you talk to Black Americans about Africa, you always hear this: oh, you need to come back to your roots. You need to come back home. What that tells a Black American psychologically is what they know about themselves now is not really them. You need to get in contact with your true self, which is Africa, in which you'll really be home and you'll...
Hey, Ping One, your game is trash, man. I gotta be personally honest. I've been watching what you've been saying. Yo, you ain't got no game, Ping One. Your shit is trash. Yo, you got personality as Myron Gaines, my nigga. Your game is trash, my nigga. You should learn how to. Somebody got to teach you how to talk to women, man.
Really understand who you are. In other words, who you are now is fake. And so that creates...
And this is where, and the reason why I'm playing this video also too, the reason why I'm playing this video is because I'm showing you that like the flat blackness is gone. The shit is gone. And the thing about it, Pan-Africanism killed it. I'm showing you that Pan-Africanism killed it. Pan-Africanism killed flat blackness. I gotta be personally honest about that. Like listen to, and like I said the same thing that O'Shea is saying. The idea of Pan-African movement was great. But the way how they execute it is trash. It's only for the continent of Africa. That's the only people who are reaping benefits for Pan-Africanism. And Africans don't push Pan-African movements. There might be a small collective, and I'm going to say it again. There might be a small collective of people who push Pan-Africanism, but not a lot. You know, I just wanted to show you that one. I want y'all to watch this little skit. It's small.
Identify on the basis of ethnicity and religion, but not race, because we don't need to. I didn't think of myself as Black when I was in Nigeria. I didn't need to. So we identify on the basis of ethnicity and religion, but not race, because we don't need to. And I think it would be different if I were from South Africa, maybe even Kenya. But Nigeria, I didn't think of myself as Black when I was in Nigeria.
There you go. She said it. She don't. And this is what a lot of Africans think. They don't think they're Black until they get to America. You know, when black folks are the most successful people in America and you complain, there is a problem. And the reason why I will say that, like, I don't need to complain, but at the end of the day, when you know something isn't right, you're supposed to say something, Robin. And this, I'm gonna even say this. This is why a lot of black Americans, especially the old people who were raised in the 60s, I'm gonna say this, they have hatred for y'all. I'm gonna be personally honest. They have hatred for y'all because at the end of the day, a lot of y'all turned a blind eye to the fuck shit that was going on. Maybe not you, but I'm just saying a lot of people turned a blind eye to the brutality of black Americans. Now, it's just like this. It's like somebody who been beating you up for the longest, stabbing you, killing you, stealing from your grandmama, probably paralyzed your father, violated your mother, sexually violated your mother. Now they want to be friends with you. You're gonna be like, fuck that. I'm not doing that. You're like, I'm not being friends with this motherfucker. This motherfucker is a monster. Then after that, you see his cousins and his friends. His cousins and friends wasn't involved, but they knew what was going on. They seen shit and didn't say anything. So at the end of the day, they're guilty by association. So now the example I just used, you put that into the real world of what black Americans have been going through, their offspring isn't gonna forgive people, especially these niggas who are still alive that are in their 60s and their 70s. They're not gonna forgive y'all. So that's the thing that I think people don't understand. This shit has been going on for a long, long time. And like this ain't nothing new. So what I'm gonna do with this, I'm gonna scan through most of this stuff so we can get a lot of this information. So if it's not information, I'm just gonna scan through it. And don't forget to like and subscribe and comment in the live chat. And also, sorry everybody. And also, if also want to donate to the live chat, I will be putting it in the links right now.
Trying to get it all. Get on a little later. Let's get the hearts up to 10,000. Talking about what we need to talk about. Everybody tap that screen. So all you got to do is tap the screen, like it, like that screen, and we're going to get right into what we need to talk about. What's up, Mr. Franklin? The streamer I Show Speed. I Show Speed, he's doing a tour of Africa. So, he goes around the world and does a lot of content, interacts with different cultures for content. It's pretty good entertainment. It's entertaining stuff. I know he did some stuff in Europe at one point. He was over in Asia, kind of tour. He what? South America, yeah. So, global. He's a global streaming star. And I like Speed. He's FBA. Some people thought he was Portugal. He was kind of trolling, saying that he was from Portugal at one point. But no, he's actually, Speed is FBA. He's FBA. So Speed is over in Africa. He's over in Africa, and for the most part, they're showing him love over there. I saw one scene where it looked like somebody kicked him in the back or something. I don't know what it was. I don't know. I don't know how, if that was genuine. I don't know, because sometimes he goes to places and they'll set up some scenarios just for content. But for the most part, he's interacting with the different cultures over there, vibing with the people showing him love. And there's an interesting narrative from Tethers. There's a lot of the Tethers are all online. Yeah, look at I Show Speed. He's getting love in Africa. I know those FBA niggas. Heck this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing a lot of discourse by Tethers hollering about FBAs are mad because
Right, Black Snow Bunny King. Didn't you say that earlier? Mm-hmm.
Speed is getting love over in Africa.
These FBA niggas are upset because Speed is over there crushing your propaganda. The Africans love FBAs. Okay. Yeah, we're not. Yeah, no, listen, nobody's mad. Nobody's mad. Let's clear something up. Yeah, they treat all celebrities like that. Yeah, when I go over there, they roll out the red carpet for me. I've always said that. Listen, we don't have a problem with people in Africa. We don't. We've never. I can speak for me. I can't speak for 43 million people, but I've never had a problem with Africa. People in Africa. I go there and I get a lot of love over there. In fact, when I go over there, they show me the utmost respect. That's not what we have a problem with. The problem we have is with the tether class that leaves Africa, goes to countries here or in Europe, and then have the nerve to talk crap about us. That's the issue we have. We have an issue with tethers.
No. Black Snow Bunny King, you did say that. Don't sit here and lie now because you didn't know this video. I was going to play this video. And I warned you and I was like, Black Snow Bunny King, that's a lie. We love Africa, but at the end of the day, we're not going to tolerate any disrespect. That's what I said.
Got no problem with them. But the tether class who comes to Western countries or who comes over here and then start talking greasy, yeah, we're going to humbly remind you where you came from. Because look, we understand there's poverty and we understand the reasons for it. We understand that there's economic collapse in many of these places. We understand. We're sympathetic. But when y'all get arrogant and the tether class come over and start talking greasy about us, and we have to gently remind you, hey, brother, I'm sympathetic, but you do know where you came from. Just like the other day, y'all saw the broadcast with the Nigerian woman. Y'all remember that the other day? Well, dead, my family. I said, do you have any kids? No, I'm only 21. We don't do that. We don't have kids at 21. I'm like, when she said that, hold on now. Ma'am, family, do y'all know in Nigeria, the average age for them people to have kids is like 17, 18. They had kids real young over there. So she said that. And I'm like, oh. Yeah, y'all look that up. Well, they have kids. The average age of childbirth over there is between 17 and 21. Then she got real defensive when I'm like, ma'am, I don't know, ma'am. And plus, there's a lot of paternity frauds with those births. Yeah, like when she said that, everybody was like, what? The whole room was like, what are you talking about? All them damn orphans running around? Yeah, these are young women having these kids over there. Yeah, they have kids real young. So, yeah, and I kind of talked about the paternity fraud. And
my man Shorty's banging dishes. She's mad.
Then she got real defensive. You Americans, that's because Americans are stupid. I'm like, what? Whoa. You're dumb and stupid. Oh, ma'am. Then I had to gently remind her, ma'am, you're sleeping on a pallet. This is a bed, nigga. Ma'am, that's a pallet. It's on the floor. You can't sit here talking about how stupid we are and you sitting over there laying on a pallet with bush meat sauce all over the place, ma'am. You see? So when people start talking greasy, we're going to have to gently remind them, hey, we see your situation. You're not in any position to be out here talking greasy. That's not hate. That's making people accountable and making them calm down. Do you see yourself? Because, yeah, that whole Prince of Zamunda game that a lot of people have been trying to work, they've been doing that whole Prince of Zamunda thing. That's why Eddie Murphy made that movie, Coming to America. That was a thing, especially in the 80s, for them to come from impoverished areas talking about how they're a prince back home. Not even, they've been doing that really since the early 1900s. The whole I'm a prince and I'm a that really got for the kids. I had these who kind of went for it. They were like, oh, damn, it's popping like that. Now, we didn't know that. With a village where a army in the 80s. I'm doing that really since the early 1900s. The whole I'm a prince and I'm a chief. They've been doing that since the early 1900s. I won't even say the 80s. That really got started over here with a dude named Chief Alfred Sam. He came over here before Marcus Garvey. And I talked about Alfred Sam before. Y'all look him up. He came over here and finessed a whole bunch of foundational Black Americans in the early 1900s. He came from the area now known as Ghana. And he was like, yes, I'm from Africa. I'm a prince. We're going to have a village where Black Americans can come over and you're going to live wealthy. It's a lot of farmland, no racism. When it rains, there are diamonds in the streets. He was just really selling basically an early version of Wakanda. And
Oh
there were a
my
handful of FBAs who
god.
kind of went for it. They were like, oh, damn, it's popping like that. Now, we didn't know that, you had lion tethers like that. So there were a lot of Black folks, a few hundred, who kind of sold their stuff and said, okay, let's go. So they went over there and it was not popping. They didn't get all this land. Those tribal chiefs wouldn't let them get land. So they lost a lot of stuff and some of them had to come back over here. So people have been running that whole, you look up Chief Alfred Sam. I want to say he was in either Oklahoma, he went to Kentucky or Oklahoma running his little scam. Chief Alfred Sam. Look that up. This was before Garvey. So people have been running these little scams for a minute. And we just got to the point, we ain't trying to hear none of that. We ain't trying to hear no Wakanda stories. Y'all gonna do your thing. We ain't going for none of that. Yeah. But as far as our brother Speed going over there to Africa, doing this thing, and he's doing a lot of stuff for content, and they're going to treat him with respect, of course. He's a celebrity. But the thing is, family, why are these people running around here focusing on all of us, thinking that we're upset about it? See, that whole foundational Black Americans are mad narrative, that's imagined, that's a fantasy. There's zero outrage. We don't really care. Nobody cares. We really don't care. These folks want to center themselves so badly. They imagine that we're thinking about them because all they do is sit around and think about us and talk about us and emulate us. So they want to pretend there's some type of reciprocal obsession, which it ain't. We're just not thinking about you. So they manufacture this fake narrative online, these tethers, pretending that we're sitting around upset that Speed is getting love from Africa. Listen, foundational Black Americans, we are not emotionally invested in Africa as a homeland the way immigrants are. So the assumption that we would be, quote, upset, that's just projecting. That's a projection. And a lot of y'all are projecting diaspora anxiety. A lot of these people, let's be real, they're wrestling with identity insecurity. Y'all remember, the other night I had this dude, I had a couple of these tethers on here. They get on here from these foreign lands and then they're scared to say where they're really from. They're scared to get on camera. We just don't care. Y'all don't know, y'all really don't understand how much we don't care. And y'all need us to legitimize Africa. You need foundational Black Americans to legitimize Africa.
As I said,
If you, a continental African, immigrants or whoever, if you were fully confident in Africa's global image, you wouldn't need I Show Speed, who's a foundational Black American. You wouldn't need any foundational Black American celebrity to be an ambassador. The fact that his tour is celebrated and emotionally policed That further proves that foundational Black American visibility, it still carries disproportionate cultural weight internationally. You still need us to make you hot. Damn. You see? You mad because you need us to make you hot. Yeah? Because y'all don't want to deal with the contradiction. Y'all running around talking about how great Africa is. Okay, if speed is showing how great it is, why are you not going back? If speed has shown how fly it is, and again, I've been there, some beautiful people there, and all of you non-FBAs who ain't over there talking about, see, nigga, I told you. Okay, why are you not making a beeline back over there? Yeah? Y'all sitting up here wagging them little goosey fingers at us while you ain't going back. Yeah? And then when we point this contradiction out, oh, you hit us, it's head. No, it's accountability. So that discomfort makes you defensive. Yeah.
All right, I just wanted y'all to hear that little part right there. I'm gonna call it the day, because like I said, I'm on time right now. I want to land it here. I'm gonna say this. I appreciate the idea of Pan Africanism, but it was a psyop of the FBI and CIA. And I got to be personally honest about that. That wasn't really supposed to help us. It just stopped us of being radicals. Because if you don't notice, before the Pan Africanism movement came out, there was a lot of radical organizations, radical organizations, and I'm talking about they were doing work. They were leading. They were doing the work. They were doing God's work through Nat Turner's idea of revolting. I hope you get what I mean when I do say that. And the reason why I said the ideology or the work of Nat Turner's revolt is because at the end of the day, they felt like things wasn't changing. Yes, they got a little bit more, but they felt like their results weren't changing. So if that wasn't changing, they had to get busy out here. Some people had to put their life on the line. So when you add in Pan Africanism and you just make this flat blackness, this is what you get. You get a lot of chaos because a lot of people want down with the Pan African movement. You get a lot of Black Americans, the only ones standing up for everybody, not getting the help. They just watching us crash out. They're watching us go to jail, get busy, then run to the white man and say, yo, see what these black men are doing? I'll say this greatness. He was close, but he was basically the idea. He was the reason. I'll say this. I think he was probably one of the reasons why they had to let Black Americans go. I think he was one of the reasons why Black Americans got out of slavery, because they didn't want no more of this shit. That was an idea. What Nat Turner sacrificed was an idea, his idea. They didn't want this type of shit to keep on happening with Black Americans. It's like, yo, if I can take 20, 40 colonies down with me in only my life, shit, that's worth it. This is what niggas were doing in them times. And these are people who had a taste of blood, seen violence, seen war. These are people that didn't have nothing to live for because of the system. This is what the system made. So the system had to refix itself. Now what we're doing in 2026 is the same thing as Nat Turner revolting from this flat blackness, from just accepting everything, from having people disrespect us. I'm gonna say this: if Nat Turner seeing what happened in 2026 right now, I think he would be proud of what he sacrificed, and that was himself. He sacrificed this. He sacrificed his own life for these people to violate his body after he was dead, dismember it, turn it into like a fucking chair or something, or eat it, or eat his body. God knows what happened to his body. But that was his sacrifice of what's now is happening. Saying, nigga, we're not gonna take no shit. Shit will get fucked up if you don't come correct. So at the end of the day, I want to say I appreciate everybody for watching, and I hope I landed right, and I hope y'all understand why I had this show. Give me a second, everyone. Because you know me, I like to give my thanks. I want to give thanks to SP, Shabaka, Black Snow Bunny King, Greatness, Ping, Charlie Shaw, Dorsey, Big Remy, Lala Brown, Monster McFly, FBA Convo, Gullery, Bombs Legacy, Breeze Omega in Ohio. Salute. Thank y'all for coming on this show. Thank y'all for participating. Thank y'all for everything. And this was a great show, and I appreciate y'all coming on this show. Y'all take care. And I'm taking tomorrow off because I gotta do some business for the show. So I will have a poll up, and we will be doing we will be doing the Chocolate Man on Thursday. So definitely be aware of that. Thank y'all everybody, and have a great day.